Okay, are you ready to dive into something that, well, let's face it, trips up even the best of us sometimes?
I think I know where you're going with this, those tiny words that cause big headaches.
Exactly. Two, and two. They're like the grammar gremlins hiding in our sentences.
Absolutely, and they can really wreak havoc, especially for us writers.
And to help us unpack this common grammar conundrum, we've got a fun little something to set the stage, a song called Oh No, I Typed Two When I Meant To by Kurt Holes. You know, it's amazing how music can capture these writing frustrations so perfectly.
Oh, I've heard this one hilarious and a little too relatable, right? What is it about these seemingly simple words that make them such a challenge?
Well, the song pokes fun at things like autocorrect,
Right.
but it gets at something that I think a lot of us feel. Like, how can such tiny typos completely change what you're trying to say?
It's true, and beyond just a chuckle, it points to a bigger issue. These small slips can actually have a big impact on how we come across, especially as writers trying to put our best foot forward. Credibility, clarity, it all matters.
Totally. And the song actually touches on this. There's this line about accidentally sending an email to a client with too much instead of too much.
Oof, yeah, I can feel the cringe just hearing that. See, that's a perfect example of how a seemingly small error can really undermine your message.
It's almost like that saying, a single loose screw can bring down an entire spaceship, except here, it's our words. So let's get back to basics for a second. We obviously know the basic definitions, right? Two for direction, two for also or excess, and well, two is just the number.
Right. But as we all know, knowing the rules and actually implementing them consistently are two very different things. And that's where things get tricky.
Okay, so how do we avoid these spaceship crashing typos? Besides the obvious answer, proofreading, of course.
Proofreading is definitely key, but one trick I like to use is reading my work aloud, and I mean slowly or even better, having someone else read it to me. You'd be surprised what your brain misses when you're just scanning silently.
Oh, that's a good one. Hearing it out loud definitely changes things. It's like you're catching those errors in a whole new way.
Exactly, and it engages a different part of your brain. Another thing that helps me is really thinking about the meaning I want to convey. If it's about going somewhere, like going to the store, then it's two. But if it's adding something or too much of something, like that's too much coffee, then it's two.
Right, that makes perfect sense. Visualizing it really seems to help cement it in your mind. And I don't know about you, but it seems like I'm most likely to make those two and two blunders when I'm rushing or writing casually.
Oh, 100%. We're all human and these things happen. The important thing is to be aware of those common pitfalls and have strategies in place for catching them.
So it seems like what we're talking about is much bigger than just a quick grammar refresher. It's about the subtle ways these words shape our message and how we present ourselves to the world.
Yes, exactly. In a world that's constantly communicating, mastering these seemingly small nuances, well, it can actually be a superpower. It shows you care, it makes your writing clearer, and it ensures that your message lands the way you intended it to.
Music to this writer's ears.
So, as you continue your writing journeys, remember to be mindful of those twos, and twos, especially in your professional life. You might be surprised at the difference it makes.